Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Podcast Room 303. I'm your host, Jermaine Mendez. This is my co-host, Nicholas Moran. And as always, we have with us EPE. Episode 136 is now underway. Thank you for joining us after a long break. How are you doing this evening, Nick?
You caught me in the middle of a drink. I'm good. The class of the NFC South has been dethroned. The Panthers are already defying my expectations. They beat the New Orleans Saints.
You beat us last year.
Yeah. But I didn't expect them to win last year, too. So my expectations were defied then. NC State is now ranked the highest that they've ever been ranked in team history at number 10. I think that's right. Eric, can you look that up? College game day is going to Clemson for Clemson NC State.
Is Clemson undefeated?
Yes, they are. Clemson had a battle with Wake Forest last weekend.
Absolutely. Wake Forest is ranked too, though, correct?
Wake Forest dropped like 6 spots somehow.
After only losing by, was it a touchdown to Clemson?
Yeah.
Was it in Clemson?
In overtime, in double overtime. I don't know if it was in Clemson or not. Yeah, Clemson's 4-0. There is from Penn State on down, there is not a team. As Penn State is 11, by the way. There is not a team who is not undefeated.
Who's not a team that's undefeated?
No, from Penn State down, every team is undefeated.
Okay.
With the only team not being 4-0, Oklahoma State at 3-0 because they had a bye last week.
Early season bye, huh?
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's college football. I can't get back into college football, bro. I still don't like the NCAA. I don't like college football. There's a lot of bad football games almost all the time in college football.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. I just can't get back into it. Let's check in with Eric. How you doing this evening, Eric?
Doing good. Happy to be back. I know we missed the week, but I do want to clear the air with something. So I did have my first game at the Link. Probably one of the greatest experiences of my life. But, for the last 25 years, all I've heard is, Philly fans are the worst. Don't go to Philly. If you're not an Eagles fan, you're not going to be safe.
Agreed.
I went to the game with 2 Minnesota Vikings fans. And I will say, I don't know if I'm more let down or hurt or if I'm more just shocked and surprised. But it was one of the friendliest fan bases, one of the friendliest experiences I've ever had. There was no profanity. Nobody was throwing, snowballs at Santa Claus. Nobody poured beer on my friends. They walked unscathed through the stadium. Apparently, I was the most belligerent and the most, unruly fan in the stadium. So, it's a little sad when it doesn't live up to the hype, but it was still a great experience overall. But, yeah, I'm glad to be back. Lost my voice, so I couldn't record last week, but it's good to be back with you guys.
Yeah, but you are that Philly fan. So
yeah.
That's why that stereotype will no longer go away because you are that Philly fan.
Whatever. It was fun. It was a good time.
We're on camera now, Nick. Bless you.
I need to hold up something to the camera next time I do that.
Oh, that's great. We're gonna have to get used to this. Still working out the kinks, just like Perfect Trap just played while Eric was trying to talk about how shitty the Link is. Find your balls. Is that a golf fucking koozie?
5-iron golf. Oh, darn it. I broke the rule. Yeah, it's a golf koozie from unnamed golf simulator bar in DC.
Plugged them right away. No hesitation.
Dang
All right, so let's gloss right over Nick plugging people not paying us and talk about what we'll be talking about on this episode. So on 136, Pop Culture Pick'em, we'll be doing top 5 jerseys all time. I don't like that phrasing. We're going to do our 5 favorite jerseys. It's not going to be the best jerseys of all time because somebody's going to disagree, and they're probably going to be right. Then we'll get into the NFL Week 3 review, and I'm not sure why this is on this episode. This Communion with E will be on the other episode. Executive producer sent me up live on air. You like them apples. All right. So what's the order for today's pop culture pick'em? Eric, myself, Nick. Yep. And we'll go ahead and kick off with Eric.
So I gotta go with my favorite jerseys of all time. For me personally, I like pinstripes. So I like the Orlando Magic, the old school black pinstripe ones that they used to have. Those are sick.
That's your favorite jersey of all time, personally?
All time.
Yeah, I would if I would wear other teams' jerseys, I'd have one of those, but I just don't wear other teams' jerseys.
I'm just saying I could name a better pinstripe in the NBA.
I know, and I was going to take it.
Chicago, baby!
But I would never disgrace my body with that trash.
Oh yeah, but you'll wear a Magic jersey.
The old Indiana Pacers jerseys.
Those are better than the Magic ones too.
Yeah.
Hey guys, make your picks. Don't shit on mine. Let's make your picks. All right.
Oh, at least somebody's grumpy.
I'm not grumpy. I'm just
at least
we're not here to crucify my picks.
Seen some championships. Yes, we are. Your picks always suck. Anyways, look, just put Chicago Bulls jersey. It doesn't matter which one it is. If it's the 4 stars that embody the Chicago flag from the City Connect, that one's fire. If it's the aforementioned pinstripes, that one's fire. If it's the classic red, that one's fire. If it's the classic black, that one's fire. Yeah, just Chicago Bulls, any jerseys. They have some of the hardest jerseys in professional history, and that's why they never change. It's pretty mind-blowing. I love that they introduced the City Connects and the other, what are the other ones called? Hardwood. I forget. But Nike took over, they added 4 different jerseys, and it's fantastic because it gives some variation to the other classic Bulls jerseys. All right, let's move on to Nick here.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with a homer pick here. I'll go with any Colorado Avs jersey. The Avs have not had a bad jersey in their franchise history. I'll even drop back to a shirt that I wore once upon a time in one of our first video podcasts, of the Nordiques jersey. I mean, from the reverse retros, from the Nordiques jerseys to the original Avs with the A and the Bigfoot on the shoulder. Even the bad even like the bad quote unquote alternate where they had the Colorado in block letters coming down. It's not that bad in my opinion. So the Avs, because I'm going to take round 1, round 2 as my homie homer picks. Give me the Carolina Panthers black jersey. The Carolina Panthers black jersey, blue stripe on the side. Carolina Panthers head on the shoulder. You can't beat that.
Okay. Carolina Panthers. We knew that was coming. I'm actually going to go ahead and go with the what do they call that? The Arizona Coyotes jersey.
Oh yeah. The reverse retro, yeah.
Oh man, it starts with a K. It's like Kachuk or something like that. But it's the coyote wearing the jersey with the hockey stick. It's absolutely fire. I've seen most Arizona Coyotes games of any NHL team, so I actually really, really want that jersey, just because it's that clean. But that Arizona Coyotes jersey is just outstanding.
That is a fire jersey, yeah, no doubt.
Sick jersey. So I just want to point out, I like how we're supposed to pick one jersey, and you guys are homering and just picking your team. So really appreciate the effort there, guys. But I'm gonna go with my next pick. I'm gonna go with the '98 France World Cup kit.
As he picks his own team,
but it's one jersey. It's one jersey, not the whole team's. I don't want any Avs jersey, any Chicago Bulls jersey. That's a cop
That's
out.
just because the Sixers jerseys suck. I did. I
Uh,
gave you examples of how fire the Bulls jerseys are.
No, you said
It's
Chicago
not
Bulls, any jersey.
City edition. I told you the stars based on the Chicago flag. I told you the pinstripes. I told you the red classics. I told
I know
you
you
the
know
black.
which jerseys there are, but you gotta pick.
They're
one.
all fire. You can't pick just one Bulls jersey. They're way better than the worst Bulls jersey is better than the best Sixers jersey.
There you go.
Guess so.
You heard it here first.
Maybe not though. And then with my third pick, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the old school Raptors jersey with the Raptor on it.
Dude, bring it back.
It's a good one.
That dude, first of all, anyone who dislikes 90s NBA jerseys just blows my mind. And
Dead
second of all,
inside.
when Toronto has a Raptor on their jersey and Houston has a Rocket, the Suns have this gigantic sun streaking across their shirt. Why the hell did the Chicago Bulls not get a 90s Bulls logo? Because that's how clean the OG jerseys are. Point made.
Yeah.
All right. So it's back to me. Oh man. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers creamsicle.
Oh, that a boy. That's a good one.
Those ones are so sick. I don't know why they ever went away from them. That color needs to be in sports more. I think it's just fantastic. Oh, I just thought about the Seattle Kraken.
Is that gonna?
No, it's not gonna happen. I just thought, like, in my head, I was like, "Yo, the Kraken jersey is fire." I'm trying to figure out that name for that Coyotes jersey, and I can't figure it out. Oh well. All right, Nick, on to you.
So I love like a good. I love a good classic jersey, and we'll go after. To me, I love jerseys that you don't have to change over the years. And if we see so much change in jerseys, especially now, that if it can survive the last 5 years and not get changed, it's a pretty amazing jersey. I'll give you two. One, the New York Yankees, still one of the most iconic jerseys of all time. There's a reason, probably because they pay them a lot of money, but there's a reason that MLB players want to play in New York. And it's most of it is the money, but the jerseys look good too. My second pick is the Montreal Canadiens. They've had that jersey since like 1890, and it hasn't changed. It's a great jersey. Dumb hockey team, great jersey.
Dumb hockey team, great jersey.
Wait, so those are your two picks?
Those are my two picks, yeah.
Yanks and Montreal?
Correct.
Dude, there is something about pinstripe. Pinstripe is just a fantastic jersey style, just in general. Like Eric said earlier, it absolutely is. Dang, dude, Arizona Coyotes have some fire jerseys. I'm just going down a rabbit hole. Anyways,
they don't have a very fire team though.
No, they do not. I'm gonna go with Manchester United's black kit from the 07-08 season.
That's a good one. I
mean, United in black was shocking to me.
How'd they do that year?
Pretty good.
I think that's when they were still rolling and winning before their whole culture changed.
That was the last time we were good.
Manchester United. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. Yep. Finished first in the. That was still Sir Alex Ferguson, first in the Premier League. Still had Cristiano Ronaldo. Won the Champions League. Okay, that's a pretty good season.
That's the name, Kachina. Figured it out. The Coyotes name that I've been searching for this whole time is the Kachina, bro.
Isn't that something to do with one of the tribes out there, if I'm not mistaken? I lived there for 10 years. I'm just trying to remember if I think I read something about that while I lived out there. I'll look into it.
You know what? Who's someone went to CBS Sports? Man, we are just slipping today. We acted brand new.
It is not good on the podcast today.
Okay.
This podcast is performing as well as the Giants O-line right now.
No, we're not doing that bad.
Yeah, we're not doing that bad. We've let like two pressures through.
So with my fourth pick, I'm gonna go with the powder blue Charger jerseys from when I was a kid. I loved them. Watching LT tear up people and I was sick.
I will give you that if you pick LT with the all black visor.
He has to have a visor. LT with no visor is not LT. That's some bum wearing 21. And then with my final pick, I wasn't gonna pick them, but I gotta respect my team. Old school lime green Eagles jerseys. They're bringing them back next year. I can't fucking wait. I got the logo on my head right now, so that's the jersey I'm gonna go with.
All right. Yeah, those are nice. I do. I think they're better than the dark greens they have now. I'm not really a fan of the Eagles jerseys right now. Personally. So now it's back to me. I have to sit here and make my final decision of jersey. Man, it's really, really tough. But you know what? Me and Aurelio were talking about this maybe a week ago. Probably about that much.
About a week ago.
The denim U.S. men's national team kit from the 90s.
Denim U.S. men's national.
Oh,
team.
dude, it's so 90s.
Oh yeah,
it's
dude, that's
so 90s, bro.
That's the Alexi Lawless when he looked like a pirate.
Dude, the 90s denim was so fire.
Pirate
dude.
Alexi Lawless. Can you pull that up and share it to people on the feed?
Sure.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I can. Give me 1 second.
Oh my god, dude. That was a 1996 kid. That was the first year, right?
No, 94. So it was the World
Yeah,
Cup.
94. 94. Okay, 94.
Oh,
I'm getting the World Cup confused with the Olympics.
Here we go. I'm gonna pull up. Hold on, let me make sure all the porn tabs are closed.
There you go. Close them all out. Make sure you don't get the picture of like Boca Negra or nothing like that. I want pirate Alexi Lawless.
Pirate Alexi Lawless.
I want scoundrel Alexi Lawless.
Just open the photo, Google. Like full screen. Go to full screen.
Oh my god, dude! Going through some of these '94 team pictures,
it's incredible.
Alexi Lawless should have been the mascot for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the '90s, if the Bucs even existed back then. And then they got Boca Negra with the mullet and the fucking narco stash.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I'm telling you that team had all-time hair team. Was that your final pick, Jermaine?
That was my final pick. Go ahead and move on to the next one.
Man.
What's wrong?
Do I follow yours up with see, my final pick was gonna be a U.S. men's national team jersey. It wasn't gonna be that one.
Do it.
The 2010 home U.S. men's national team one, the all white with the U.S. soccer crest. That's one of the greatest uniforms of the U.S. soccer of all time, because it accompanied that goal by Landon Donovan. And I'm going to say no more, because if you don't know what that goal is, log onto your web browser, go to Google or Bing or Ask Jeeves or wherever you use, and type 2010 Landon Donovan that goal. There, Jermaine has it up on screen. There is Pilot. Do that second row on the left. There it is. There's swashbuckling Alexi Lawless.
Bro, the picture on top of that, who is that dude? That dude looks like he was cracking beers with Kid Rock before each game.
Oh, man.
Is soccer defender Klee Kooiman.
Yeah, that dude grew up in fucking Michigan, was drinking out by the lake before games. Man.
Back when men were men.
Hey, that dude for sure opens his canned goods with his teeth.
100%.
Oh my God, Daniel Jones just got destroyed. All right, I'm gonna stop the screen now. That was enough of that. That denim jersey is just classic, bro. I actually might look into getting one.
That's a great one.
The retro. I need a retro long sleeve 94 U.S. men's national team jersey. I need one of those Kachina jerseys from the Arizona Coyotes as well.
Honorable mention for me, the Astros Tequila Sunrise jerseys. The white with the gray, the white with the orange, red, yellow stripes going down.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about.
Miami's pink jerseys, the vice versa.
Miami's pink, huh?
Yeah.
Man, the Miami Heat, Miami Vice jerseys that they came out with a few years ago.
Yeah, those were good.
Those are clean. I was like, damn, I'm not a Heat fan, but those are fire.
The Islanders fisherman jerseys
Oh, I don't know if I've seen that one.
combined with the Anaheim Ducks Wild Wing jerseys. You remember those?
I'm glad that you mentioned the Mighty Ducks, because that was the jersey I was gonna say. The Mighty Ducks jersey from when I was a kid, absolute heat. Honorable mention for sure.
Yeah.
Eric, you got any?
Now I was trying to think. The Mighty Ducks is one. Honestly, I'm surprised you didn't pick a Blackhawks jersey because they're always really cool.
They're always fire, but I got chastised for picking my own team's jerseys early on, so I stopped.
I didn't say your own team jersey. I said just picking a team in general.
Yeah, we gave you the examples of the fire ones. It's just we couldn't pick one because they're all fire. Dude, look, you have terrible jerseys. It's not our fault. It's not our fault.
And you throw snowballs.
I mean, you're
at Santa
wearing
Claus.
a shit jersey right now. So
Whoa.
This is a fire jersey, bro.
Where's your Chelsea
It's not my
jersey?
fault the Eagles logo
In the
slaps,
closet.
but your jerseys are trash.
Where's my jersey from the jersey bet, from the baseball jersey bet?
you haven't told me which one you want yet. Can't
What
buy
baseball
something if I
jersey
don't know
bet?
which one to buy.
The one where he was supposed to try to hit off me.
Oh, there was a jersey on that. Good Lord, Eric took an L and he just quit. Like, that's
And he gets to get pegged too.
yeah, that's no bueno, dude. Oh my goodness, dude. Okay, so we're done with pop culture pick'em. Eric, can you go ahead and give us the list that we came up with?
Yeah. So I had the Orlando Magic black pinstripes, France '98 World Cup, the Raptors jersey with the Raptor on it, the Chargers powder blue, and then the old school Eagles green. Jermaine took any Bulls jersey, the Arizona Coyotes, the retro, what'd you say, Kachina? What'd you call it?
Kachina, yeah.
Kachina, yeah.
It's
And
like
then the,
Golchina.
the Tampa Bucks creamsicles, the United 07-08, the black kit, and then he took the 94 denim kit for the U.S. men's national team. Nick took any Avs jersey, the Carolina Panthers black jersey, Yanks pinstripes, Montreal Canadiens, and the 2010 U.S. men's national team, specifically the home jersey, the white one with the crest.
You know, just good lot of odd picks. Love the Eagles green, Chargers powder blue, the men's national team home white. You know which and now I'm just gonna blank completely. Dude, the blue Toronto Maple Leafs jersey is just clean and classic. Just felt like throwing that one out there.
Let me ask you guys this. We all watch a plethora of different sports. I'm a firm believer that soccer has the best jerseys or football has the best jerseys, but I think hockey's giving them a run for their money.
Hockey.
What do you?
The reason why it's not soccer is because there's so many bad ones.
Look at Puma in this year's World Cup.
They change every year, which is why you have so many dope soccer jerseys, right? Which I wish more sports did, because that's really cool. So I agree with Eric in that stance. But every year there's a lot of horrendous jerseys. And like right now, Chelsea has some fire colorways and color schemes, and then they ruin it because they have a big cartoony giant number 3 on it. And that happens all the time with these jerseys. They do one thing and it sucks. So that's the only reason I wouldn't. I think they have more volume and they have more hits, but quantity over quality is what soccer goes for.
I think you take any of the original 6 NHL jerseys and they absolutely slap.
Sorry, what were you saying, Eric?
I was going to say, I think, one of the issues, and I think it comes down to with the NFL, is they gotta loosen up the stance on the helmets, man.
Oh my!
They could do so much cool shit with these helmets, man. And I know we're talking about jerseys, but as a uniform as a whole, Like, it'd be sick
Right,
to see your
it's
team
part of the
rock different
uniform,
different helmets and shit. Like, we'll see. I mean, it is what it is, though.
Just like the shorts and pants are part of the jersey, right? So maybe we should have said kit or whatever. We get what you're saying, dude. The NFL, we don't call it the no fun league for no reason.
Right.
Like, it's legitimately no fucking fun. They have one of the most watched products, and they are leaving so much money on the table by not introducing new jerseys regularly. Hey, okay, do what soccer does, right? They have their home and away, and then the alternate one always just goes just bananas, right? Like when United goes pink, I'm always excited because I'm pro pink jerseys. I don't know why, but yeah, the NFL, they don't let anyone wear cool cleats, right? So the NBA has all these awesome shoes. Soccer has these awesome shoes. Hockey has these awesome goalie masks. And the NFL doesn't let you do anything. We've got the same shit over and over and over again.
No, they let you customize your cleats for 1 week a season.
Yeah. And then they find, like, dude, the Kamara green and red cleats for Christmas Day when he dropped 6 touchdowns on the Vikings.
It was because of the shoes, dude.
Look, dude, I'm not gonna knock it. Have you seen the Saints offense lately? Like, it probably was the shoes. Bring them back, Kamara. Jesus Christ. All right,
no,
so
they get to wear whatever shoes they want pre-warm up, though. Eric, did you consider that? Like,
yeah, because that's what people are tuning into, to see these motherfuckers warm up.
In warm ups, they can wear whatever shoes. That's their goodness.
I don't know, man. I just think, you're making $1 billion or maybe $1 trillion at this point. Most of your athletes aren't criminals. A couple bad seeds here and there. Let these guys wear their shoes. Let these guys wear dope helmets. Like, God, stop being a bunch of old racist white dudes trying to run everything so precisely.
Yeah, I just don't see okay. You guys buy jerseys pretty regularly, right? For your teams.
I'd say
now. Yeah. You imagine if every year there was more newer and newer jerseys? It wasn't just the same Carolina blue. It wasn't the same Carolina silver. It wasn't the same Eagles dark green, right? Imagine if every year it was a new jersey. You'd have to get that new jersey because it slaps.
I can go in my closet right now and pull out every single Eagles jersey I have, which is probably like 15 of them. Can't tell what year it's from. The only way I can tell what year it's from is because of the player on the back. That's it.
Yeah, so I agree with everything you guys are saying. And that kind of segues me into this. The NFL has been awful to watch through 3 weeks. Yes or yes?
The primetime games have been god awful. There's been some cool stuff, but yes.
Well, here's the thing. Like, the games are bad for 3 quarters, and then a few crazy things happen at the end, and everyone forgets the 3 quarters beforehand.
I agree with that. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, all right, the fourth quarter made it exciting. It was 7-5 last night for the Broncos versus the 49ers.
It has been awful first half football, yeah.
It's the Packers and the Bucks. It was 14-6, and then Tom Brady throws a touchdown pass, and they fail the 2-point conversion. And 14-12.
The Bucks don't have a first half touchdown, right? This season, if I read that correctly earlier today.
Yikers.
Well, that's new to me.
or maybe the stat is Tom Brady doesn't have a first half touchdown yet.
Ooh, maybe that's what it is. Okay,
yeah.
So I want to check the Bucks game because I know they scored a touchdown versus the Cowboys. I'm just trying to see when they scored it.
And it's like the Eagles. They scored all 24 of their points in the second quarter. And then at one point in that game, it was 24-2 because of stupid safety. Because Nick Sirianni decides to run the ball with a 5'1" running back. Anyway, we're not gonna get into that. But yeah, it has been a lot of bad football, man. You said it last year in the playoffs. Like, everybody was talking about how it was like the greatest playoff run we've seen in a while. And it really wasn't. It was just a bunch of bad football that ended up having great fourth quarters.
Yeah, the finishes, for some reason, it's pretty ironic because basketball gets this knock where, oh, basketball, I just need to watch the final 2 minutes. And I'm like, okay. NFL's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's right now, I don't want to watch any of it. It's awful.
Like, I was watching, they do the week recap, and somebody was saying that the Ravens Dolphins was the best game of the season so far. And if you really go back and think about that game, the Ravens were up a bunch. The Dolphins were putting on a shitty performance. So it's kind of boring. And then all of a sudden, halfway through the third quarter, the Dolphins turn it on, and then the Ravens start sucking. It wasn't like a back and forth. It's just a bad product they're putting out there right now.
It's yeah, exactly. So this is where the issue is. What happened to good offensive linemen?
They all want to play tight end now.
They're all
then
injured.
where the fuck are the good tight ends, Eric?
they're all injured.
Eric's like, they all want to play tight end. We got like 5 good tight ends in the NFL.
Do you guys think it's a decline in quality because of the rule changes that have been happening, the concussions, the protocols, less parents want to put their kids in football? Do you think it's just a culmination of all that leading to declining football?
That's a good. I think it's too early to see the effects of what you talked about in football. I think it's what. And I don't know if either of you two remember this, but the reason that I haven't started betting heavy on the NFL yet is because what Jermaine said. The preseason, right? The season has not started yet. After this week, at week 4, we will start to see teams play like they play. In the previous 3 weeks, guys have just been warming up to play. Right? There hasn't really been that many injuries, Chargers aside, right? Because the Chargers are snake bitten.
Oh, hold on. What about the Saints? Everyone keeps talking about the Chargers. Jameis Winston, Michael Thomas just got hurt. Jarvis Landry got hurt. Traquan Smith got hurt. Trevor Penning is hurt. Andrews Pete left the game. Deontay Hardy didn't play. Taysom Hill didn't play.
I mean, Tom Brady doesn't have a single receiver to throw it to, and
they
started with the best receiver core in the history of football.
Yeah, so like this whole Chargers narrative is, dude, it's happening to everyone. Suck it up, San Diego. You were supposed to be this super good team. So figure it out. You cannot let 38 points to the Jaguars. Yes or yes?
Oh, yes. Dougie P, dude.
38 points, though? Although
Dougie Peterson tied Urban Meyer on the Jaguars all-time win list with 2.
I was telling Eric all week, and I was like, bet the Dolphins and bet the Jaguars. And then both teams won. You know what would have been a crazy parlay is if you would have picked the AFC South to beat the AFC West.
Because it all happened, right?
Because Colts beat the Chiefs, Jaguars beat the Chargers, and the Raiders lost to the Tennessee Titans. If you would have just bet that parlay, all dogs, oh man, I bet you that would have paid handsomely. Okay, so now we're getting to week 3 review, obviously. The AFC West, not as good as built?
No, I don't think so. I think the Raiders might be getting the short stack of it, and the Broncos might be getting the benefit of the doubt.
I think this season alone has proven that McDaniels, his rightful place in a football team is as the offensive coordinator. Because every time he goes to be a head coach, it's a disaster. And they have Devontae Adams, 2 stud running backs, a passable quarterback who's been an MVP candidate before. They brought in Chandler Jones. They have Max Crosby. I don't know what it is, but they're just underperforming, and it's garbage.
Their offensive line is not good.
Yeah, I mean.
So all the games the Raiders have lost have been 1-score games, right? They lost by 5 week 1. They had that heartbreak to Kyler Murray where that spectacular 2-point conversion sunk them and sent them to overtime. Right. So they lost by 6 in that one. And then the Raiders lost by 2 to the Titans. Here's the thing. Right now, in your head, the Raiders are a worse football team than Denver based on record.
Right.
But if you watch the two teams play,
Las Vegas can put up points. That's the thing.
Yeah.
By the way, Jermaine, to your point, if you would have bet AFC South against AFC with Jacksonville plus 240, Colts plus 195, and Titans plus 115, $100 would have paid you $2,056.
Bro, I wish I would have bet that. That is outstanding value right there. One thing that I'm starting. Oh, is that Saquon? Let's go.
Saquon.
Touchdown.
Finally, a touchdown in the third quarter. Yo, let me ask you this. How many games do you think ended with this? How many teams scored only 12 points this week?
Oh, geez.
How many teams scored under 12 points or over?
Under
12 points. Oh, so Buccaneers scored 12. Chargers scored 10.
Commanders scored like 8, right?
Broncos and San Francisco.
Jets scored 12.
Everyday use. Fancy guess. 8. 8 towels.
8 is correct. Pending the stupid Cowboys game, which we're on par for another team to do it.
Oh my God.
We had a game end 10-11. We had a game end 14-12. Those are the two worst ones. And then
what are these high-scoring baseball games?
It's just I don't know, man. It's just bad. I maybe taking away the 4th preseason game. Maybe like you said, Nick. It's not till week 3 or 4 the teams actually put it together. But this is bad.
I'm just requoting my long-haired host over here. Long-haired co-host over here that says the season don't start till week 4. I don't start betting the season until week 5.
Yeah, with the decline in preseason, what's the involvement, performance, participation? It's slowly making football worse at the very beginning of the season. You see slow starting teams. It's really odd that it's such an old school mindset sport where they're always established the run. It's first down, you run the football. It's second down, you run the football. It's third down, maybe you still run the football, right? It's established the run at all times. How that old school mindset can be trumped in the preseason, and they no longer value it. They no longer play it because they don't want people hurt. And then you get into the regular season and you're hurting your chances of winning. And then, guess what? People are still getting hurt, right? Like you said, Justin Herbert hurt. Keenan Allen hurt. Mike Evans hurt. Chris Godwin hurt. It's mind-blowing to have this kind of competing ideologies, and you're seeing it suffer on the field. It also helps that Cooper Rush is playing Daniel Jones. It also helps that Jameis Winston is playing Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield had 79 passing yards through 3 quarters.
Yep.
And it was 13-7, and Jameis Winston it was 13-0. Jameis Winston went 7 for 7 for 73 yards, almost had more yards than Baker for the whole game on one drive, and they were down 6 points. And then he had that bomb on the broken play to, of all people, Laviska Shenault. We had a Laviska Shenault signing. I forgot that you guys traded for him.
Right, yeah.
They're trying to make this Ish Smith kid work. I don't think Ish is his first name, but he's got some weird first name, and his last name is Smith. What happened to Terrence Marshall Jr.? Is he done for the season or something?
He's injured. I don't think he's done for the season, though.
Okay, because they're really trying to make these obscure wide receivers work. And I'm like,
I just think the offense sucks.
Well, yeah, Matt Rule. Did you speaking of Matt Rule, did you see Tepper's
Yep. Of course I saw it.
How excited are you about that?
I'm so excited, dude.
So excited.
I'm like I can't even begin to express my excitement. Terrence Marshall had a hamstring injury that he suffered leading up to the Giants game.
Oh, it was leading up. So he played the first 2 games?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it. Maybe he's just not good. Maybe he's going to be one of those wide receivers we always want to be good, and he just never pans out. All right. So, any other things you want to cover in the NFL Week 3 review?
Not Week 3, but have you seen that the NFL has finally listed? The NFL is avid Podcast Room 203 listeners, and they are switching out the Pro Bowl. It will no longer
but
be a
sounds
full.
dumb.
I don't think it sounds dumb. I think they're giving us everything that we wanted.
Okay, explain it to me. It's over the course of a week. If I'm a player, I'm not thrilled.
I guess that's true. So the NFL is replacing the Pro Bowl. This is an article from ESPN. ESPN is replacing the Pro Bowl with the Pro Bowl games, featuring week-long skills competitions and a flag football game. Move it back to Hawaii, I bet you the players will be way more excited. They can take the fam, they can vacation, everything like that. So the NFL is replacing the Pro Bowl with a week-long skills competition and flag football game, the league announced today. The new event will replace the full contact showcase started in 1951. It'll be renamed the Pro Bowl Games and will feature AFC and NFC players showcasing their football and non-football skills in challenges over several days. Don't you kind of want to see a beer Olympics one of the days?
Bakhtari's got it.
Like the like the linemen have to do like an All-American challenge, like eat a pizza, smoke a pack of cigarettes.
Forget this games. Just put them in a beer Olympics, bro.
Right? Yeah. So
I'm talking
the 2023 games. The 2023 games will be held in Las Vegas, and the flag football game will be on February 5th.
Is Vegas host to the Super Bowl this year?
Arizona.
Okay. Dude, just take it back to Hawaii for the love of God.
No doubt.
What are we doing? Like, why are we?
The players love the Pro Bowl in Hawaii because they could take their family and go there for a vacation afterwards.
Exactly.
And it wasn't some dumb city that they play in during the year.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. If make it a destination, bro, just make them run the American Ninja Warrior course.
That would be fun. And
Like,
have different categories. Linemen.
You don't have make them play Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy. Like, you don't have to do anything special.
How dope would it be to see a bunch of linemen play tug of war?
It'd be so sick, bro.
You know what I mean? Dope. Like, it's a simple game. Nobody can really get hurt unless you're fucked hard. Just have the strongest man in the league play tug of war.
Ooh,
or have the quarterbacks do it.
An entire offensive line against Aaron Donald in tug of war.
No, D-line versus O-line tug of war, bro.
Yeah, same team, though.
Like AFC D-line versus AFC O-line?
The Super Bowl winning. Do it after the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl winning offensive and defensive lines have to go up against each other.
Okay, so now that we're done fucking around, what did you name all the events they're doing? Did you give us any of the details, or was I just not paying attention?
I don't believe they've announced the events that they're doing. They'll announce them sooner to the actual event.
Okay, so we don't have any.
They just say skills competitions right now.
I'd love to see a foot race, Tyreek versus anybody who thinks they can beat him.
Terrell Owens.
At 50 can beat him.
Why is no team giving T.O. a shot? Who needs a wide receiver right now? They brought Cole Beasley back in. Why don't the Bucs sign T.O. and give him a shot? He looks faster than most of the wide receivers we're looking at right now.
Tom Brady's playing at 45.
Tell me a Tom Brady T.O. touchdown today wouldn't absolutely just be an electrifying highlight to watch.
He already helped Randy Moss.
That's all I'm saying. Like, think about how good that would be to watch. I don't understand. T.O. looks better than most wide receivers right now. Like the routes running.
Yeah, and he doesn't gamble on games. Shout out Atlanta Falcons.
Oh my goodness. Well done. Well done. All right. So, that was the other thing I would do. I almost picked the Texans money line this weekend.
You almost picked what?
The Texans money line. They ended up blowing it to the Bears.
Bill O'Brien?
Oh, dude. But you know Bill O'Brien's Ezekiel Elliott scored a touchdown. Bill O'Brien's the OC for Alabama.
Yeah.
that dude's too Lane Kiffin. He just keeps falling up.
It's incredible.
What do people see in Bill O'Brien? What am I missing? I have to be missing something, right?
A good old boys league, maybe?
I guess so. I mean, I know he's a good dude if you've ever seen the story on his son, but that doesn't make you a good football coach.
Right.
All right. Any other week 3 discussions? Any surprises? Actually, let's go ahead and do that. What's your biggest surprise, Eric?
My biggest surprise is that the Eagles and the Dolphins are the only undefeated teams. We still have the Giants undefeated. This game's still to be determined. But if you would have told me going into the season that the Dolphins and the Eagles, and possibly the Giants, would be the only remaining undefeated teams and going into week 4, I would have laughed at you.
Eagles and Dolphins had big-time trades, filled big-time holes, had really good drafts.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's really that big a jump.
Well, I
get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but
yeah. That and the Jaguars. What is the Dougie P went and changed the culture?
I don't think. I just think Dougie P isn't the last guy. Remember how Joe Biden got elected president because he just wasn't the last guy.
Yeah,
bro. You know how low
Dougie
the
P just
bar
has to
is
not
for the
kick
Jaguars?
his kicker. Yeah, he just has to not kick his kicker, and he's in.
Yeah, bro. That's how low it is for the Jaguars. The Jaguars lost to the Washington Commanders. Let's not sit here and be like, yo, all he had to do was not be Urban Meyer.
Right.
And Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl. He also openly quit on national television football games. So
he lost his job because of it.
Yeah, lost his job because of it, but that doesn't mean he's not a good coach. So I get what you're saying there. The Jaguars are a fun story. I hope the Jaguars. So here's the best part about the Jaguars. Right now would be a fun bet to put Jaguars to win this division.
Can we get those?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
In fact, I'm feeling froggy.
Oh, so jump.
I'm feeling froggy. So my lock for this season is the Jacksonville Jaguars will win their division.
Whoa.
So
listen to them, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to put it in the locks. But before I do that, I got to ask you real quick. What do you guys think the top 4, like give me an order of what you think how the division is going to finish based on DraftKings, what the odds are, I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is DraftKings has the best odds to the worst odds. What do you think it is for that division?
Colts, Titans, Texans, Jaguars.
Nah, flip the last 2. Colts, Titans, Jaguars, Texans.
Colts are even money. Jaguars are plus 225.
Oh.
Titans are plus 430. Texans are plus 2200.
I can get the Titans. I can get the Titans at plus 430. Holy cow!
That's not a bet I want, bro. The Harold Landry loss at the beginning of the season is a lot bigger than people are giving it credit for. I will say Robert Woods is going to get better. He's going to get better from the ACL. Treylon Burks should get better. Derrick Henry's still there. Jury's still out on if Derrick Henry is still that absolute hoss of a running back. I don't want to see the Titans if that's for sure, but the Jaguars look good, bro. That pass rush looks good.
There's a
They're
breaking
wa-
development. I went to go check the lock sheet to put your lock in, and Nick actually just hit one of his locks. New England -1 versus Pittsburgh, 9/18/2022.
There we go.
So you're 1-4 now in your locks. Jermaine's
Lock-
0-2. I'm 1-1.
Lock it in.
That was a lock? I thought that was the head-to-head.
I knew that
It was
a
the
lock.
head-to-head, but then he locked it in.
All right, bet.
Remember, he got all mad at me for arguing it with him, and then he went to the lock level.
That
Lock
stupid
level.
Avs win finals in 5 is so fucking upsetting. It's your fault too, Nick.
I know
It's
it is.
your fault my
I know
lock
it is.
didn't hit.
I know it is. I'm sorry I went there.
You fucking ass.
I should have stayed home.
Oh, I lost that. Barcelona lost to Bayern. I'm 0-3, Eric.
Oh, yeah.
This Deion Sanders one is just gonna be there forever.
Sit there until he becomes the coach of the team.
Hey, you remember I told you the Falcons would cover that Rams spread, Nick?
Yeah.
You sat here and gave me all. It was just too big a spread. You know it. Like, that's what was blowing my mind. We sit there, we talk about betting strategies all the time, and even you, like, I was looking at you like, what is happening? He's throwing the book out the window.
It was close, though. It was close. The Rams took a huge lead.
Oh my God.
If not for 17 Atlanta points in the fourth quarter.
Oh, dude, I was sitting there like, wow. Boy, did I miss this?
Right.
I just needed them to lose by 9.
Right.
I was like, they're getting taken out back.
My biggest surprise is, wow, the Lions do not look like a 1-2 team. Holy, if the Lions could play a little bit of fourth quarter defense, they're a 3-0 team, no?
Bro, the Lions are like the old Browns, right? Yes, the Browns had that heartbreak to the Jets, but they are still 2-1, and they have managed to win close football games and make the big plays, right? The Lions, they look so good for 48 minutes of a football game, and something just clicks in their brain, and they're like, we play in Detroit. We should not be winning this game. And they end up fucking blowing it. I don't understand what is happening, but they are an outstanding football team to watch. They're actually one of the fun football teams to watch right now.
Yeah,
they show up, they play hard, they make spectacular plays. It's a fascinating team to watch.
I mean, look, game 1, blank the Eagles in the first and fourth quarter. Game 2, blanked the Commanders in the first half. Game 3, blanked the Vikings in the second and third quarter, or in the first and third quarter. It's the other quarters, Detroit, that you really let me down in.
They have one win. They should not have one win. They shouldn't have beat the Eagles because the Eagles should not have let them in that game. They should have beat the Vikings, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. What a heartbreak. I feel bad. I'm rooting for Dan Campbell, but it's not looking good, bro.
To your guys' point, to what Nick said, the Lions look like one of the most fun teams to watch, or maybe you said it, JC, but would you say the Dolphins, the Ravens, the Lions have been the most fun teams to watch this season so far? Maybe the Eagles. I don't know. I'm biased, that's why I didn't want to throw them in there, but
I don't think the Dolphins have been that fun to watch.
I mean, every time I turn it on, Jalen Waddle or Tyreek Hill or somebody's doing something stupid and Tua's just launching it and they're connecting. Like it's these spurts of like greatness that you get to see.
I'll agree with you. I think the Eagles have been a very, very fun team to watch this year.
I just didn't want to say it.
They have been fun, but like the Dolphins sucked against the Patriots.
Yeah, but that's that AFC East matchup. That matchup always sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, the Dolphins will be one of the better teams to watch. That Dolphins-Bills ending was fantastic. It was an absolutely good game. Ken Dorsey losing his fucking mind is outrageous.
Yeah, one of the things that makes me mad, though, is how many times does that happen? in the booth after a bad loss. Why you got to put that? Why you got to put that all over everywhere? And he's got to come out and he's got to apologize for that.
Why does he have to apologize?
Well, he
Tom
already
Brady
did.
broke
He
2
did.
tablets.
But he's Tom Brady.
Who gives a fuck? Everybody should get treated equally then.
Tom Brady got Marcus Lattimore suspended for 1 game.
What a bum.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Marshawn Lattimore did not get suspended. Mike
he
Evans
didn't.
got suspended.
Well, Tom Brady got Mike Evans suspended then.
No, Mike Evans got Mike Evans suspended. He was on the goddamn sideline. He sprinted in. He's like, you know what? I can't catch a football on you, on Marshawn Lattimore in the history of my entire fucking career because I'm a bum. I'm going to come fucking blindside you, though, like a little bitch. Mike Evans is a goddamn pussy. Clip it, quote it, add him, tweet it. Fuck Mike Evans. Stop being a fucking pussy about football. Be better if you want to shut Marshawn Lattimore up. And then he's like, well, he threw a punch at Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette walked up and shoved Marshawn Lattimore before Marshawn Lattimore did anything, Mike Evans. Catch the fucking football. Everyone gasses you up for getting 1,000 yards every year, even though you have 2 games where you can't do a goddamn thing because Marshawn Lattimore is going to take you out of it. Fucking show up and play and quit being a bitch.
I got a question. So through week 3, because almost week 3. Who is y'all's MVP so far?
Lamar.
No,
Jermaine?
Micah Parsons.
Michael
If they would give it, I would agree 100%, but they're not going to. And if Lamar keeps this up, it's amazing. Who pays Lamar?
The Ravens.
I hope so.
The Ravens
I don't
have
hope so,
tried
actually.
to pay him. The reason why Lamar Jackson isn't paid yet is because Lamar Jackson is his agent. Like, that's the reason why Lamar Jackson isn't paid yet. Also, it's probably a smart move. As long as Lamar Jackson does not get hurt, these quarterbacks keep cashing in. Have you seen Russell Wilson, Mr. $250 million man?
No, I haven't because he's been absent this year.
Yeah, the fucking Broncos paid Sam Darnold.
Yeah?
That's a good. Eric, can you tell me how many passing touchdowns Russell Wilson has this year?
Yeah, I'll pull it up. Give me a sec.
You know what I love? I love Lamar, maybe not betting on himself, but he has a very good understanding of media and marketing. He doesn't want any distractions this year with his contract negotiations. So he said, we'll push it to the offseason. We'll handle it then. But you know that also buys him? Hey, I was a good little boy in the regular season. Now you're going to pay me.
Yeah, it's like he's going to get everything he wants and more. The entire Raven system is built around him right now. If you were to move away from him, although, I just thought of an interesting idea. What if they let Lamar walk and they roll with Tyler Huntley?
Say it. Preach it.
Okay. This is outrageous. Lamar Jackson's a former MVP, is a million times more electric than Tyler Huntley. I'm not gonna argue that.
However,
but the money you can save to build a formidable roster, and the Baltimore Ravens are one of the best run organizations from that perspective.
are you telling me the Baltimore Ravens could win a championship by sacrificing the quarterback position to build every other position? But they've never done that before, Jermaine.
I believe they have 2 Super Bowls because of that, right?
Well, Joe Flacco was a pretty good quarterback.
No. Joe
He's
Flacco
a
was
serviceable quarterback.
Joe Flacco had an Eli Manning playoff run. That's what everyone keeps forgetting. Joe Flacco was not going to get paid and sign the next year. That was the narrative going into that remaining year with the Ravens. Joe Flacco was not going to get paid.
He's no Trent Dilfer, though.
No, first of all, no. He's not even Rex Grossman. Joe Flacco is better than most quarterbacks. Is Rex Grossman dead?
I don't know, but prayers up.
He is now.
But if he is, fuck it. We're going deep. We're going deep for you, Rex.
Devin Hester's out there somewhere.
Fuck it.
No, he's 42 and he lives in Indiana now.
Is he actually?
Yeah. Russell Wilson this year has 2 touchdowns and ESPN has him projected to throw 11 on the season.
He does live in Indiana.
You said 11?
Yeah.
Can I get that on Vegas? I'll take the over. 11? 11 total passing touchdowns.
I'm trying to see if I can pull it up on DraftKings if we can buy into that.
I mean, statistically speaking, if you have 2 touchdowns in 3 games, I mean, that averages out to about 11 over a 17-game season. So I just think that's crazy. If you can find that prop.
What do you think? What do you think the issue is, though? Because the dude is electric in Seattle.
I think the Denver Broncos are the worst coached football team in all of football. Bring in the National Collegiate, whatever NCAA stands for. I just blanked. The Canadian Football League and the NFL, and the Denver Broncos are the worst coached football team in all of those leagues. Nathaniel Hackett is in danger of having 1 year as the coach. His decisions to fill all his OCs and position coaches with people who don't know a goddamn thing because they ain't done it before is looking awful. Here's a stat for you. Every snap that Albert Aguibanon has lined up for, the Denver Broncos have thrown the football. If I am the defensive coordinator and I see Albert Aguibanon on the field, that is too big a telegraph. Javonte Williams is a dynamic, explosive back. There was a game I watched him carry the ball for 10 yards every single carry. In that game, I think he had 9 carries.
It was against the Seahawks. It was week 1, and they blew that game.
He had 9 carries, and it was every time he picked up a first down. And they didn't do it. Clock management. What is up with every Packers head coach or person associated with the Packers being absolutely god-awful at clock management? What are you saving timeouts for?
They roll over.
There's no rollover. It's not like your grandpa's phone plan. He doesn't have rollover minutes.
They roll over. So in the Super Bowl, you can potentially get 21 timeouts.
And I'm not saying that everyone has a good face. They're just sitting there and doing their normal work. That dude, every time a camera's put on his face, looks out of depth. He looks uncharacteristic. The only person who's any good at their fucking job on that team is the defensive coordinator. Go look up the numbers that the Denver Broncos have given up. They might have allowed the fewest points in the NFL so far. If not, they're top 3 for sure.
Are we gonna go with the old conspiracy theory that the Broncos only hired Nathaniel Hackett to have a shot at Aaron Rodgers?
I don't know. I don't think they ever really wanted Aaron Rodgers. Well, that's crazy. If Aaron Rodgers was like, "Hey, I'm coming," they would have taken him.
They did it with Peyton Manning.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe that's a crazy sentence. Maybe let's fuck it. I love conspiracies. Let's rock it. Go ahead, Eric.
The Broncos have the second best scoring defense. They've only given up 12 points a game. They are 5th for passing yards allowed, and they're middle of the pack for rushing yards allowed. But they don't get scored on.
12 points a game. 12 points. Correct me if I'm wrong, Eric. They just won 12. They won 11-10. What was the final on that? 11-10.
11-10.
9 points was scored by the offense in that game.
If Jimmy G's not a fucking idiot, they win that game.
Dan Orlovsky's the only person happy that Jimmy G ever did that, because Dan Orlovsky used to get crucified for it. Like, Eric pointed this out. They spotlighted the punter, Nick. The end. You know how they have players of the game? They were like 10 punts, 6 inside the 20. Average distance punted for this guy was 43.6 or some crazy number
I'm
like that.
pretty sure he had more field time than Javonte Williams did.
What wasn't there some stat that there was like 848 punt yards last night
in the San Francisco Denver game?
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish you had that stat. Oh, by the way, I read this fun stat. Shout out. It's either Mike Triplett or Nick Underhill that posted it. Both of them are Saints beat reporters. Or maybe it was Catherine Terrell. Either way, one of the Saints beat reporters. I want to make sure they get their credit. The Saints are now 324 consecutive games without being shut out.
Jeez.
It is the 4th longest streak in NFL history. I just thought that was a cool stat. I was like, first of all, I would never have paid attention to that.
Yeah, there were 17 punts in the Broncos 49ers game for 838 yards.
Yeah, the Broncos had 476 yards and the Niners had 362 yards.
Dude, NFL. Look, you got to expect talent and the good coaches are going to rise up. It'll get better. It's fucking brutal to watch. It's unbelievably difficult to watch college football right now. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just falling out of love with football. Maybe that's what it is. They need to do something to reinvigorate the sport. I'm just not thrilled with it anymore. I find myself wanting to watch soccer more. I find myself way more excited for hockey and basketball to start already. Like I'm already ready for soccer and basketball to start. I mean, basketball and hockey. Like I'm done. I am, and then we got playoff baseball coming. Oh, I might not even be watching football on Sundays. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Holy cow. Did he make that catch?
Yeah, I have been watching football. Like Eric said in pre-show, he's like, I'm surprised you and Jermaine didn't shit talk more about this Panthers-Saints game.
Jameis Winston and Baker Mayfield. Bro.
I don't really care.
Yeah, there's no excitement.
I used to get up for Newton and Breeze.
Bro, Nick and I were at each other's throats. You should have seen us when we were watching the playoff game. Nick walked into my space at work. He's just like, fuck you. I don't want to talk about it, dog.
It's not exciting. The Carolina Panthers aren't exciting right now. The Saints aren't exciting. The Eagles are the most exciting right now. I find myself tuning into Eagles highlights more than I do Panthers highlights.
So here's the thing about the Saints. The Saints are supposed to be better than what they're putting on the field right now. The Saints had played 12 quarters where their offense has been allowed to touch the football. They have had two good offensive quarters. The fourth quarter against the Falcons where they absolutely needed to get it done, and then the fourth quarter versus the Carolina Panthers. And if the Saints defense stops LaVisca fucking Chenault, we're probably looking at a very different game. If Will Lutz doesn't get a blocked field goal and a missed field goal, we're looking at a very different game. The Saints offense is letting them down. The Saints run defense is letting them down. It's there's too much talent on the Saints football team for them to be playing this poor. Like I'm not saying you're going to win every game. Obviously that doesn't happen because then there'd be more undefeated teams in football. But I mean, it doesn't even look like they're trying. We need to get Trevor Penning back. That was our first round left tackle. He hasn't played for us yet. Michael Thomas is hurt. We need to see what happens there. Jarvis Landry's hurt. We need to see what happens there. Traquan Smith and Andrews Pete have concussions. Deontay Hardy has a neck injury. He's our punt returner, kick returner. Taysom Hill is an electric red zone weapon, despite people hating that man for some reason. They don't like him because he can do it all on the field. It doesn't make any sense to not like him, but we don't have him. We just put Alontae Taylor on injured reserve. That's one of our cornerbacks that we drafted this year who's supposed to play big minutes for us. Like, the injuries are mounting, and I think New Orleans is a good team to fade right now. New Orleans is already in London to take on the Minnesota Vikings. And from what I've seen, that is going to be a terrible football game. The Minnesota Vikings came out, beat the Green Bay Packers, showed us that, hey, maybe there's something to mess with. And it turns out they're pretenders. And you know what the issue is, Nick? Do you know what the issue is, Eric?
What's the issue?
It's Kevin Sirianni all fucking over again. You have Dalvin Cook and you have Alexander Madison. I just talked about these old heads always talking about establish the run. For the love of God, Kirk Cousins is messing up. Run the football.
Isn't it so funny how we talked about the Minnesota Vikings and we were super excited because, now the Minnesota Vikings are going to shift from this very run-heavy offense to now this pass-heavy offense, right? But they still have Dalvin Cook. Like, we didn't mean that you go completely yin and yang, Minnesota. Like, you need to run the ball with your two really great running backs so that Kirk Cousins can now throw the ball with your really great wide receivers and your pass-first offense. It's not pass all the time. It's pass first. And if the pass isn't working, well, then you run the ball. I don't know what's going on.
You're muted, big fella.
What's crazy is that Dalvin Cook gets hurt. He goes out, right? And then Alexander Madison comes into the game. Eric, can you give us the Alexander Madison stat line?
Mm-hmm.
How fucking insane is this stat line?
You get it pulled up here. Give me 1 second here. God damn it. Give me Dalvin Cook. Give me 1 second. 17 attempts, 72 yards, 1 tutty.
17 attempts, 100 and what yards?
72 yards.
Oh,
and a tutty.
72. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not that good. Never mind. Khalil Herbert did ball out, though. Either way. That's the issue. Once they realize, hey, run the football, Kirk Cousins is an outstanding play-action fucking quarterback. Like, also, Cook what?
Cook still had 96 rush yards in that game before the injury.
Yeah, I know. He was playing fine. They were also down a lot in that game because they couldn't get it together. Why is Justin Jefferson not touching the football?
Because he's a bum.
Like, what?
And I'm talking about the OC, not Justin Jefferson.
What is Justin Jefferson's stat line? Did he only have 2 catches?
I should have just stayed on that page, Eric. God damn it.
All right, that's my last question.
He had 3 receptions for 14 yards.
Yeah.
3 for 14?
He was targeted 6 times.
Oh my goodness. Look, Justin Jefferson needs to average 10 targets a game. And that's on the low end. And really, he should average 15 targets a game. Go look at some of those what was that route tree that it was Ohio State, right? The one I tagged you in, Nick?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh my God. That was a thing of beauty. And that was a college football coach.
Right.
He absolutely decimated the 2 corners and the safety. All of them wore cement shoes, and one dude ran free to the end zone. It's one of the greatest route combinations I've ever seen. Steal that and make Justin Jefferson the dude who
Right.
You got to scheme this dude open. There's a reason we call people yak monsters. Get him the football on the move. Make Kirk Cousins complete short, easy throws. Dalvin Cook runs the football. It is not very difficult. You have the weapons. With that being said, do you guys have anything else for our listeners?
Listen to the big man.
That's a resounding no. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Podcast Room 303. I've been your host, Jermaine Colon Mendez. This has been my co-host, Nicholas Moorhan. And as always, we have with us EP. We'll see you next time when you come on down and step into the room.